Thanks for joining us on our focus group. As you know, me and Stammers are working together on doing a podcast, or should I say actually radio drama.
Yeah, you mean a storytelling podcast?
A storytelling
Yes,
podcast. But they say radio drama and audio
So a
drama.
storytelling podcast.
Yes.
It's alright.
Okay.
Don't be so dramatic, Tom Riddle. You don't have to be too much.
I'm not being dramatic. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Yes. I'm telling a story that I wrote. Yes, we are planning to. We're basically planning to do this by. We've come up with a lot of ideas. We think of using Foley sound to make it sort of dramatic, like.
Atmospherical.
Yes. Instead of just listening to a story for like a whole 10 minutes, that can be boring, can't it?
Yeah, it's like different sounds here and there.
What is the theme of your story?
The theme. Do you mean like as in
Is
what?
it a visual genre? Is it horror?
No, it's
like fantasy.
It's fantasy, like children's fantasy.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm more adult fantasy, so okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying, in case we got the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I would if it wasn't or it didn't have to be like a podcast or thing, and we could actually do it, but because actually in it's media,
Yeah.
I would have actually showed more of the pictures because I was gonna make my second choice was to make a actual short animation video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like a trailer.
yeah, because but then Dan did come up with a good point. As I haven't finished all the video, the pictures, sorry, that would take quite a long time. So
Yeah, that's a fair point.
yes, but we have come up with idea to.
What's it about? What is this story of yours?
Well, we have actually. I have actually here got a.
It's about pirates.
No,
It's about Power Rangers?
Tiny.
It takes form of night.
You haven't even seen that new film, so don't start on the Power Rangers.
Why do we need to watch the new film? We know the originals, man.
That's a good
We
point.
grew up on the Mighty Morphin.
True. Shit.
Yeah, no, the old one, the original, that was the
I don't think I've watched the original.
Really?
Okay,
You have no child.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Right, yeah.
Power Rangers.
this is basically a story which you would basically say is about a necklace, because of it gives you a clue in the title. But it ain't just about a necklace. It's about a family that have cherished the necklace for years,
Yes.
and they've had to protect it, which actually has cost their lives because and not just their lives, but even people in the city where they live, called Dork, as it's
Dork.
getting hunted down. That's the sea, Dork. As it's getting hunted down by a group of evil pirates, and especially their leader, Rem, or so Captain Rem.
Captain Rem.
Yeah, because he basically, but he wants the necklace because he doesn't want it for jewelry. He wants it because of the ruby in it. It's got a massive red ruby.
It's very expensive.
No, that's not why he wants it.
He doesn't want money. He doesn't want money.
He doesn't
He
want
wants
money.
magic.
Yes, but you're on the right track. He wants it because he believes when the sun goes at dawn or shines, goes
It shines
down,
on the ruby. Yeah.
It shines on the ruby and it shows him the route where the pirates go. 'Cause he believes there's a mountain where the pirates live a long eternity.
Ooh.
That's why he wants it so badly.
Fountain of
And
Youth.
it will cost. He doesn't care how long it takes him, but he wants it badly.
The eternal dream.
Yeah.
He trained a parrot for this. No. He trained an eagle for this, so he can hunt down the parrot. Is that right?
That is what happens. When he rescues the eagle, because yes, he does rescue an eagle. Like I told you a bit about it, didn't
Yes,
I?
you did.
He does rescue an eagle, and the eagle was friends with the parrot. Yes, Nico. Yes, and yes, you did hear some of it. Yeah, but that's what the book's about. It's about a necklace that gets cherished from a family. It does cost the family's life. Obviously, in this, it's going to be about the first chapter, which is actually going to be about Declan, who is the first guy who actually owned the necklace. Yes, because the necklace actually was Declan's mother's.
Aww.
So,
cute.
How cute.
so the story, yes, it goes to Declan. Then when Declan dies, he gives it to Dan, who's his son. Then obviously, passes on. So it all gets cherished on and passes on. And
Okay.
that's what this book is about. And we're going to read the first chapter. which is all about Dexter's story with the necklace.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're going to read it as a podcast
Yeah.
Yes.
or an audiobook.
Well,
And the first chapter is going to be called Freedom Fast.
And how long will it take you to read this chapter out?
Yes. How long are you planning to make this audio book
I
or
was planning
radio
on-
drama?
Well,
Well,
I
we were planning on sort of making a podcast about, somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes long.
we that's what we think. We don't actually know yet because my actual book is very, very long, and even my chapter 1 is very, very long.
Yeah.
So, and as I was saying, we're thinking of actually as an audio book. Because just reading it, just hearing a voice reading the whole book will be very boring. You want to listen to some actual fantasy, like fun, like some Foley sounds and some voices of the characters, and that's what we're thinking of doing, like actual voice of the characters, like doing these children's books. So that's what we're thinking of doing.
How do you intend to create your Foley sounds?
Yeah.
Just make like
Have you done
just
experimentation
use,
for this?
around us to
Yeah.
actually just create the sounds from
Yeah.
any item.
yeah, it won't use
Yeah,
you.
Make me the sound of a horse using this.
But yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. Make it more exciting to listen to instead of just listening to a boring voice reading all words that'll put you fast asleep. But
What time is this set? Like, what historical time event?
It's like
Is it in the 1700s? Because like that's where pirates were.
well, I
really
suppose that this chapter, I suppose you'd go back a few years. But if you're going to the time, you're not going to, if you're going to the time as in which would be the present, you're not going to hear on the first chapter, but which would be the present of when the boy in the, which we're going further on in the book, that would be probably about almost 17, what he said, yeah. But
Okay.
the first chapter, 17s, yeah,
1700s. Okay, fair enough.
something like that.
Fair enough then. Just asking.
You had like a theme tune at the beginning.
well, at the beginning, we
That would be
plan
good.
on sort of making a sound of like a bird or whatever, and then like following that, our introduction to the podcast.
Yeah, I did first think of doing a theme tune, but the thing is, but if you do a theme tune, that more makes you get so intrigued into what's happening, and also it's hard because you can't really use someone else's theme tune. You need to make your own. So it's more harder work. As if you just make sounds, we thought of just using sounds of birds because that makes you more get really intrigued and touched into the book. So that's why we've used sounds and Foley sounds for the ending.
Ooh, I've got an idea for your theme song. Okay. Life is like a hurricane here in Dork. No? No? Anyone?
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It just struck in my head when you mentioned birds.
That was brilliant.
And when you mentioned birds and water, it stuck in my head. So I'm thinking like a waterfowl
Equal
bird
that
or
for
something.
vulture.
Yeah, what kind of birds are they?
Huh?
What kind of birds are
What kind of birds?
There's an eagle.
Yeah,
Parrot.
the eagle's the villain because he's the pirate's bird,
Baka.
and the parrot is the
Protagonist.
protagonist.
What sounds did birds make?
Any questions,
Voice of
boys?
camera
Yes. Any questions?
Should be pointless.
What do you think of our idea of making this?
Do you think we should keep it, or do you think we should like change it? Or,
What do you think?
So you're just doing like a prequel to the
If I
main
were
thing
you,
right
I
now?
wouldn't bother with the Foley sounds.
No.
It's original, it's rustic, and you should read the book how it is. Because you don't normally
I mean-
hear Foley sounds or sound effects in an actual audiobook. And that's what you're doing.
I feel like you need some sound.
Yeah.
When I've listened to
Wait, they're
audiobooks,
making-
I've never heard
So you're making-
background music or something.
Are you making an audio?
Listen.
It's a little different because when I've listened to audiobooks,
Listen to them.
I've listened to audiobooks and I've never heard any sound effects in them.
Well, it depends what books you've heard. If you listen to like ones like adults books, then yes, that's probably mainly because they've got music.
I mean, do you think you should do anything?
But if you come to children's books, you do have sound in them, don't you? Because it makes it boring for the kids.
Yeah, it's a
I-
fair point.
But even Dan and Nick have said I need to add sound, have something to it, because if you're just going to have a normal book, just like if I'm just going to read this
So you're planning to make an audiobook, not a radio drama.
No, I'm radio drama.
If you're doing a radio
that
drama,
was my first point,
I would
making a normal book thing. But then the thing is, and because we've got to have more stuff to it. If I just plan to read a whole page of just writing, it ain't going to be very attractive, is it?
No.
Especially if it's going to be a whole 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
It's got to have more stuff in it.
Okay.
And the only, like I said, except for photo sound, the only other thing we can add to it is music. But you've got to be very good at making music.
Yeah. True.
That's where that's what we were going to do. Is not actually. Our plan was not to like actually read the whole thing, but when it comes to reading the characters, we're going to voice them out.
That's fair. That's
Because when you've got voiced them out like they did, for example, in BFG, in Roald Dahl's books BFG, they voiced the characters out, didn't they? That's what we were planning to do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So everything seems to be in order here.
Does that conclude?
Does that conclude everything?
Yep, that includes
I'd say that's
everything.
the end of this.
Okay.
Any more questions, boys?
No, I think everything is cleaned up. So we're going to go to our conference, see if they've passed. I'm going to go with no.